have only been what I'm meant to be. Plus,
I seen, so like even in that, remember that interview, like there was a very like a melancholy tone to that interview, because we was talking about stuff, and at the time as NY Oil, I was experiencing the very sad side of being a conscious MC, and the very sad side of the dark side of all of what that was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a lot of melancholy, you know what I mean? But still in all, man, like I've lived a dope, fun life with mad adventure and excitement, and all these kind of, just action-packed thrills and adventure, and like, and then having these great accomplishments and these huge fucking failures. I want to do this for a long time, man.
Well,
I want to do this for a long, long time,
people, as long as we learn, I don't believe in failure. Me personally, I believe in results. Sometimes we don't get the results that we want in life, but we may label them failures. But as long as you learn that, you can get the results that you want later. So it's a learning experience.
Right.
So that's the type of mindset I try to keep. You know what I'm saying? And that's relevant to failure in relationships, failure in business. I've had businesses that haven't done good, and I've had businesses that have done excellent. So as long as, like I said, it's a process where we're always moving forward, and as long as we're moving forward, we're not failing. If we're moving forward, we're not failing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, it's just part of the journey, Paul. A lot of times, that's part of the journey. Even though that wasn't our, you could say for a lot of people, sometimes the direction that we take wasn't the direction for us, but it opened up other doors, and we found ourselves where we belong.
Yeah.
Now I believe strongly in the law of attraction that you will find yourself. Your calling is going to find you, and it's going to draw you. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm scared of that, man. Like, I'm scared of that kind of stuff, man. Like,
why?
Because, well, you know what it is? It's because there's a component of it that has us pitting hope against hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, because in some cases, like in many cases, based on the wants, desires, and needs of humanity in this time frame, right, and in this society, right, we are often in a situation where somebody got to lose in order for you to win. You know what I mean? And a lot of the things we want require somebody to take a loss for me to win, or for me to get over. You know what I mean? Or for me to get the only opportunity that exists. You understand what I'm saying? And as a result, you pitting hope against hope, because I'm wishing the same way. I'm calling for the same, you over there, with all you doing diligence, like you really working hard. Yeah. And I'm over here really, really working hard because I'm trying to achieve my goals. But somehow or another, we have an intersection where now we're going to be in opposition, because what you want to do, like, I'm trying to sell a car. I'm trying to sell it for $2,000. You trying to buy a car. You got $2,000, but that'll fuck up your bills, and you trying to get it for $1,500. And now me and you are pitting hope against hope, and you calling into the universe for a good vehicle. Like, and then, but check it out. But see, now here it is though. Here's where it gets ill. Like, this is why I say it's scary, because what you're affirming into the universe and what you're trying to move towards in terms of goals, and like what you're describing is not, I'm gonna get over on that man. Yeah. That's not what you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what your goal. Your goal is that you're calling into, I'm calling into the universe a vehicle that's gonna be good for me. I can do what I gotta do so I can transport my family where we need to go, and that would be what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, I gotta get this bread, I gotta pay these bills, I gotta get this new car, like I can sell this. So we both got an earnest desire to succeed, and we calling for to the universe from a righteous perspective, just to do right. We're not trying to hurt nobody. We just trying to get it done, and now we in opposition. So I wonder, I wonder about that, because then it's like, well, what's the deciding factor? Who wanted it more, or who was righter? Or like, and then how do you quantify that? You know what I'm saying?
God, I think that there's room for everybody. I think that the universe will give everybody. There's enough. It's big enough. It's broad enough. God is big enough for it, and we, our energy as individuals, we're big enough so that we can both be satisfied. And a lot of times, what we want, a lot of times we get the universe, or God will bless us with what we need and what's good for us. So I always I try not to be with what I want as so much as opposed to what I need. And I learned that my blessings are in giving. So I say, if you give enough to people, you will never be poor because you'll always get it back. You know what I'm saying? So I never try to, I always tell people, yo, how can we win together? And you know, I see your point of view, but I think that if you put out that good karma, and if you have a good heart, you know what I mean, and you're just trying to do the best, and I know from experience, things will even themselves out, and opportunities will open for you. I always say, when opportunity doesn't knock, you build your own door, and you do that with everything that I've been on your page, looking at what you've been doing. You've been creating, myself included. I create my own opportunities. If we sit here waiting for people to do things for us, we'll be waiting forever, right?
But you know what it is? You know what it is, Val? It's not so much that, like, because I don't think we have opposing viewpoints in this at all.
Let me
Say, oh, yeah, peace to the God.
Give me a sec. Let me do a couple, just a quick shout outs to everybody.
Yeah, do you think? Yeah, yes, good.
Yo, Respect the Smoke NYC. Respect the Smoke is my cigar club. NY. Those are the brothers in New York I smoke cigars with. Respect the Smoke.
All right.
Yeah, those are my brothers.
My man just sent me up some sticks. Hold on a second. You see behind me? You see that? Wait a minute. Wait, let's see if my hand get it. Right there. That right there, that's my little box that I got in the mail, you know what I'm saying? My little cigar. Yo, when I had a bar, I used to have a cigar club that I used to run out my bar, yo. Okay. So respect to everybody. Yeah, you already.
I'm a connoisseur. I'm not gonna say I'm an aficionado yet, but I know my sticks. So we gonna.
You know your sticks? What you enjoy smoking now? What do you enjoy smoking now?
One of my favorites, I got a bunch back there, but one of my favorites is the Mac and Noodle Maduro 1997 edition, vintage. It comes with a gold ring. I like the Ligas, which is Nicaraguan tobacco. Man, I got a lot of my go-to is usually like Nat Sherman, like the Nat Sherman New Yorker, which is a light morning cigar. So I'm really deep into my.
Do you like a longer stick, or you like a you like a longer stick, or more you know, like more?
I like a mid. I like a torpedo. That's the long sticks of the Churchill. So
Churchill. Yeah,
the Churchills take forever to smoke.
Churchill is something that you just work on for the day. You might have to write. I'm gonna work on this all day.
Yeah. So the Churchill and a lot of. Don't get me wrong. Churchill's got some good brands, but most of the top of the line brands, they don't even make Churchill sticks. They go robusto or they go low. You know, they go halfway, full body, but not as long as a Churchill. I like a lot of the top of the line sticks. You know what I mean? So, but we're gonna.
Yeah, no, that makes sense though.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah. You know, I got a little shit with me though. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know a little. Like I said, you know, I'm a cultured man. You heard?
I know you are. But so shout out to my man P.R.D., my cousin Mimi, Harold Phoenix, everybody you coming in and out of the room. Let me jump into some of this interview with you real quick because we got.
Yeah, shout out to SVP, right? My dude Stephen Van Patten.
It's been so long, we were just catching up on things. So listen.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about your morning motivation feeds. I've been watching them, you know what I mean? And to let you know, I started doing a podcast. I put a pause on it because recently my mom passed away in January. So I put a pause on a lot of things, and I'm just getting back to doing things. So I started a podcast called Motivate Me Without a Voice. And I did one of them, but I stopped. So I want to bring that back, and when I do bring that back, I want to have another conversation with you about your morning motivations, which is dope. And now currently, you know, I'm partners. This is my line, Body. This is the Body swag.
Nice.
Body is the brand built for survivors, man. The pinnacle. Body stands for in the urban.
I like it.
In the Webster's Urban Dictionary, it stands for. Thank you for the condolences. It stands for the often overlooked pinnacle of awesome. That's in the Urban Dictionary. So. I feel like we all awesome, be a Body. You know what I mean? You get it when you get. I gotta send you a shirt and a hat. All right.
So yeah, you know I'm gonna send you some of that business. You already know.
I love it.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that boom bap your way over here. You see the boom bap on there?
I need that boom bap to rock with the Body.
You know how the joint. You know what I mean? Like,
when I saw it, I was like, yo, I need one. So let's talk about your morning. Let's talk about your morning motivation feeds. What motivated you to create that series? Because it's a dope series. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, man. You know, all right. So yo, I'm trying to keep up, like keep up for. You know what I'm saying? So let me do this fly shit where I could, you know, I'm not so much talking to y'all as much as I'm talking to myself. So I'm using it as like a diary almost. You know what I'm saying? So that you know, I put a and you know, this is how I see the internet in general was like, yo, this is your history that you write, and every time you on this joint. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what people gonna know. So, you know, years and years from now, because yo, in a few years, like 20, 30 years, man, now maybe about 50 years, everybody on Facebook gonna be dead. It's just gonna be a big giant grave site. You understand? So imagine that. That's gonna be just an entire grave site of dead people and all of what they thought about life and what they felt about shit and what they reacted to and the silly shit that they you know what I'm saying? So, you know, morning motivations, that's some dope shit to be remembered by. Like, even if what I'm talking about ain't relevant no more, it ain't got no, it ceases to be common sense in the future that exists. You know, for now, at least, you know, somebody could say, yo, that brother was trying to use his influence and a platform and, you know, to do shit that was meaningful and positive for the community that he saved up.
It's a dope series. Everybody, I got you, cuz. Everybody, if you haven't seen it, make sure to log on to his page, Kool Kim's page, and check out his morning motivation feeds, which is dope. Let's talk about one of them that I liked. The More Than Words was dope. When you were talking about
the More Than Words.
Yeah, when you was talking about pushing the truck and how people want to see
you
before they help you. Talk a little bit about that, because it's very inspirational and I like it.
Well, yeah, yo, you know, I used to have this Ford Explorer, 92 Ford Explorer, man. It's like a dream car for me. I like the body shape of the Ford Explorer, you know what I'm saying? Only thing that was beating that for me was the Denali, the Yukon Denali. I had the double doors in the backside. That's what I really, really, really wanted. But the Ford Explorer was my next one up.
I used to have a Ford Explorer.
The Ford Explorer? I used to love that car, man, you know. You got a 2000, and it's an easy car to manage. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's just, you know, I did, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, it finally came to, you know, the car had when I bought it from an auction, and you know, I did the typical thing that a young cat do when you get a car from like a used car from the auction. It'll be like, yo, let me put the rest of my little money together and go have it tuned up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, get the insides checked. You know what I'm saying? How to do all that. You know, the first thing I'm doing is buying a system to distance. You know what I'm saying? 20-inch rims. You know, so I'm never doing the real shit to the car that I needed to do. You know, it's typical young cat. No, they wasn't spinning. I ain't get no spinners though. That's would have been whack. I had to tell you though for sure. Yo, matter of fact, I would like to say, God, I would like to say that I drove up to the studio in that shit. Really? I may have, but I feel like Lynx. Why do I feel like Lynx has? I don't know, but anyway, so, you know, that was my shit. But the car didn't have a gas meter. Like the gas meter was broken, so you would never know whether you had gas or not. And so the car would run out of gas. You know, I would have a sense after the time when it was coming. But you know, and then you know, I'm typical cat that's like you put $5 of gas, like you're not keeping it full. So it's like you really never know. Like when it's like playing the lotto. And I would run out of gas in some of the most interesting places. And what I had discovered was that, you know, and I learned that quick, but that was always my way. Like if I sat outside, did anything other than be mobilized, wasn't nobody coming to help me. But when I would get behind my car and I'd be pushing that joint across the street to try to get it to that gas station, or you know how you gotta stand at the side of your car and try to do that if you by yourself. And the Ford Explorer ain't no light car.
Oh yeah, the front.
That ain't no light car, kid. But you know, boy, back strong, you feel me? Leg strong, kid. You understand? So I can move that bitch, you feel me? And yo, you know, and it was a real interesting thing, man. People do want to support you in the things that you do. Like for example, I do these morning motivations and I get really frustrated because I be like, yo, I feel like I don't get the numbers. Like, you know, like, yo, people should, you know, like, damn, man, you know, everybody be talking about a rapper investing back into the community and the culture and that. And I do all this shit. And I don't get the shine, you know, it's not even an ego thing. It's kind of like, this is not right. Like, this doesn't seem right. It seems unproductive, you know what I mean? And
it's productive. It's
you know,
productive, though. Trust me. the people
yeah, that's the
who
thing.
are watching.
Yeah, that's the point. And the fact of the matter is that you when you're mobilized, people are inspired. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a great fucking story trumps a lot of shit. You know,
That's right.
and if I see like brother Bow trying hard, man, he doing everything he can. He got the new line. He trying to speak the greatness and positivity. Wow, that fires people up. They're like, yo, man, I like what he
Yeah.
doing, man. Yo, son, I'm gonna get behind that. People want to see you push your car. I've had people like armies of motherfuckers help me push that Explorer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It never fails that if I'm out there, it's just, and then we be all pushing it like, yo, I'm gonna tell you one time, son. You remember I had the youth mentoring program,
Yeah.
PEMG, and
Yeah.
so I had a program I was teaching young people hip hop from a cultural and business perspective. But what I was really trying to do is, I was really just mentoring to get these little baby boys and girls to college. You understand? It was all hype. They started like the freshman in high school. I was with them all the way till they, graduated. Some went to the military, some of that.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was really to just try to be a good influence, but to use hip hop as the thing. Yo, there was one time one of the little girls that was with the group, man. You know what I'm saying? It was Kennedy. Yo, pops died. You know what I'm saying? And we was experiencing it with it because he was slowly dying, and it was coming to the end. And sure enough, we drove to the funeral. The whole little group that I put together, like 20 kids, man. Like at the time it was about 10 of us though. They all we was going to the funeral. And I don't know how it ended up that we was all in like a bunch of them was in the Ford Explorer, right? But it ran out of gas. Well, we going to a funeral, son. My gas got hard by them tools and all that. And let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, you could have filled it up, right? You could fill it up.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that works that way, right? But you gotta have filling up money though. You only got 5 on it, kid. You like, yo, hold on, I got it's one together.
You just trying to get home. Go ahead.
But let me tell you what happened, right? So the car ran out of gas. We on our way to the funeral. Now we're about a block and a half, 2 blocks away from the funeral.
Yeah.
And yo, all the kids from the group run to the car, and they all pushing the car like, yo, we could do anything. We a family. Like they was chanting shit like that. It was the most beautiful thing, like to see at a moment like that. That moment of like inspired. Yo, we're going to be together and overcome our obstacles, whatever they may be, in the course of comforting their friend who had just lost her father. And like so there's a beauty in do for self when it's done right.
Yeah.
That is just transcendent, man. And I'm very happy to have bear witness to how it can be in the right scenarios.
Listen, I always
so that's people, what that was speaking to.
Yeah, no, I always tell people unity could get you so far. Teamwork makes the dream work. There's nothing impossible. Indeed. There's nothing impossible when like-minded people come together. You know what I'm saying? And that's the segue into the second one I want to talk about. Then we're going to get off of morning motivation and jump into your line. But the second one was the personal resources was another one that was dope. Because I'm very big on that. I'm very big on I tell people the resources are your relationships. You think it's the money. But I can do more with my relationship that I have built in my word. I could get more done than you with your money. Because people are always going to, if you throw in money all the time, people start looking at you like a customer. And like, that's all you're good for, get money from him. But when people see that you're valuable, I always tell people, try to bring value to the table. I never come to anybody asking them for anything. I always come to people, if I have an idea, I come to them with the idea and tell them what I could bring to the table. And this way, people, I'm waiting for you to finish. Go ahead.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Now my charger wasn't charging. I started panicking. I'm like, 7%.
I mean, listen, for you, I made sure that I had my phone charged. I even called my friend to do it.
I thought I was fully charged. I messed up, yo.
It's all good. It's all good. But
on that resourceful tip, let me say, man, just to really, Yeah,
Explain
well,
what you
you
mean
know,
a
on
little bit more,
the
because I see that.
yeah, because the resourceful thing was that particular joint. At that one was done. I was in the bathroom and I was shaving. You know what I mean? Or washing my whatever I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I was shaving on that joint. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
I was
shaving
doing the
because
shaving joint. Yeah, yeah,
somebody
yeah.
had asked you something
And
about where's your barber.
yeah, and I was like, yo, y'all cats is tripping because you ain't got no barber. Like, yo, son, like, how you sound? Like, you don't know how to shave? Like, what the fuck? You don't know how to trim your joint up? Like, my shit beat up right now because I'm chilling, but you know what I mean? Like, I could get on live right now, go get my clippers. I size my shit up right in front of y'all.
I do
Like,
my own.
it's
I
never
learned how to
nothing.
do my own.
Yeah,
I do my
you
own
gotta
shit.
be able to get your line right. And it's
Yeah.
like, yo, so think about it like this. You know, it's deeper than even that was, and I'll probably do another one to it soon, which is to say that, yo, fam, yo, my resourcefulness is longer than most people's money.
Yeah, me too. Me
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Because the things that I can do without even like, yo, listen, let me show y'all something real quick, man. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do it. I gotta do it like rapidly so that my phone don't die in the middle of the joint, okay? But check this out. Where I'm sitting at right now, right? This right here, let me just give y'all a little pan. But matter of fact, I'm gonna do it like this. Hold on. Let me get this right, all right? Bear with me, fam. All right, I'm gonna do this quick. I'm gonna turn this camera around for a second. Let me show you resourceful real fast.
Wow.
You see where I'm sitting in, right?
Yeah, that's dope.
This is my studio, right?
Dope.
But yeah, but check out what my studio really is. It's a freaking shed, bro.
It's an
You
extension.
understand?
Got you.
No, it's just a shed.
Oh,
Be like
that's
them joints you
dope.
be
It's a
seeing on the side of the
shed.
road. It's a
Yeah, I can
shed,
see
son.
it now.
I
Very
converted
dope.
it. I converted it into the studio. Let me show y'all this. We talking resourcefulness, right? Let me show you what the houses in my neighborhood. These are what almost all my house look exactly like this. This one recently got bought by the church, but you see all the houses look just like this, and like you see how they all look like this,
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
ranches. This is my house. I taught myself how to build and add an extension. I taught myself on YouTube how
Wow.
to do framing and all that stuff, and so I added extending my house out some. You know, saying doing all this kind of stuff. And then that bathroom that I was standing in.
Yeah.
Well, my house is a mess, but I'm gonna show y'all anyway, just
It's
for
all
the purpose
good.
of this build. But that bathroom that I was standing in, fam, there was no bathroom when I moved in here. You understand what I'm saying? So all
Yeah.
this you seeing,
You built.
all this from, yeah, I built this, and like this right here this was just a bowl. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And
Dope.
this is a bowl we got out of Walmart, and then I converted it into, I drilled a hole in it to make it a daggone vessel sink. This was an old Singer sewing machine, son. You feel me? Like the
Yeah.
tile job, all this. Yo, son, I taught myself how to do all this shit, son. Like all this you seeing, this is
Yeah.
me just, I just taught myself to do it. And then, let's see, my bedroom's clean. All this shit, there was nothing like this, son. This is me doing it myself. My living room and stuff is fucked up. So is my kitchen. So we're gonna zoom through there. But
It's all good.
this kitchen, I did this shit myself, son. It's messy because we got this garden shit going on. But all this you see is stuff that I built or I refurbish. You know what I mean? And and then so ask me how much my house cost. Because that's the $1 million question. How much did the house cost?
How much?
$8,000, Paul.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's absolutely crazy, son. Now back here, this is my garden, son. Like, yo, I have a garden for food, son. Like, this is the shallots, this is my onions, son. This is the collard greens, family. Like, look at that right there. Look, we got the sage. You know what I mean? Look at this is the cucumbers back there. You know what I mean? Look what I got. I got a lettuce, and I can actually take one of these off and eat these joints right here.
You know what
I'm saying? Hold on a second.
Man.
Say again?
I said you will survive. You don't have to wait for the trucks to bring the food in. You growing.
Son, that's the point. Like, to be free. Like, you gotta be able to be free as a human being. Whereas if there's these tragedies going on, you resourceful enough to handle your business. Like saying, I got this. Like this is, yeah, this is a terrible situation and all of that, but we're gonna be alright. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Hold on, let me put this in the charger real quick.
I definitely dig it, man. Thank you for taking us on that tour too, man, and showing improvement.
Hold on, Val. Because my wife called me on the internet. She called me on the Facebook thing, and then whenever somebody does that, it mess up your sound on Instagram. Hold on, let me just put my headphones on and see if I could get this right real fast. Hold on.
Okay. I can hear you. I can see you. You good?
Yeah. I can hear you much better.
All right, listen. So I want to get into, a couple more things before we go. Talk about the shirts and the hoodies, man. The sweatshirts, the boom back. What inspired you to put them out? They're very dope. Can't wait to get to order some.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. You know what? Well, the thing was, I wanted, I wanted to share the process of trying to come back with the people that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me share with y'all how this go and how this happened and, what it took and what it's taken. So that, I feel like right now a lot of people aren't appreciating what it takes to make art or provide content or to be a creator. And I'm not trying to be like, when these whiny ass guys, you don't know what it means to me to provide art. No, but it's like, yo, fam, like, this shit is expensive, man. Like, trying to, and it's not easy to be able to, we try to entertain cats. Yes. Like, we try to let you sit down and relax while we sit up there, and then for you to even watch this shit, I got to have a dope background, I got to turn the set into a studio so I got a good creative space. Look, I got, oh shit, the fireplace ain't on, but I even got a little fireplace to kick on, like all of this shit costs money, man. This right here alone is like $80 a month just to, which is dope, but it's like, stop, it's $80. Yo, to stay on the internet, you gotta pay your internet bill, electric, because, you gotta pay all the shit that everybody else gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? But you spend it all day trying to get motherfuckers to laugh and giggle because that's what you do. You understand? And, the long and the short of it is, damn, I forgot why I was even saying this. I ain't even gonna figure out. The long and short of it was, I wanted to, no, I remember. The long and the short of it is that I want to give people a sense of renewed value for artists and artistry. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to say, yo, I appreciate what these cats are doing. Now, I ain't gotta be all genuflecting. Like, I ain't expecting people to be all, oh, Kool Kim, everything you do is like, it's not the vibe. It's just, I do want people to be able to say, yo, I seen some work really hard as he put together this new project. Because at the time that I was developing the projects and the boom bap stuff, I was working on a new album called Demo Music.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and so as a part of that, I was like, yo, I got to put together a logo. So I did a logo, posted on Instagram. And all of the cats that follow me on Instagram was like, yo, that shit getting tight. I like that. So I was like, yo, I'm going to put it on the shirt. And I put it on the shirt because, I went and bought a heat press and all that stuff and a little vinyl cutter. And so I could manufacture my own shirts from my house. So if you order a shirt from me at KoolKimUMC.com, then you will know that Kool Kim from the UMCs, a.k.a. NY Oil, took the time to make your shirt. He's the one that made it. He's the one that did it, you heard? And he's the one that mailed that shit out. You understand? Because it's dope to be able to put at this scale, I could do that for and with people, and I think that's fly. Like if I was
the product is dope too. It's not like a lot of times I see artists, they're putting stuff out, but the product is not dope. Like it's not just sometimes even though somebody might be a supporter, they might not want to wear a shirt that has your name on it. They just might not. They might like the music, but the message, which you've always been an individual who gave out solid messages. The boom bap was dope in itself. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then the I was like, yo, that's dope too. So just the fact that you're putting some thought into it, as opposed to you're not just saying, yo, just rock me. You're saying this is a brand. This is a movement. This is what it's about. You know what I mean? And people,
Right.
so,
You know, and
it's dope.
it's not just about, it's not so much about me that now it's almost like you feel like you're playing yourself, walking around with somebody else's name all across your shirt. Like, all right, hold up, son. Like, you know, wait a minute. Like, that ain't, you know, that's not the way. But,
Well,
you know, I try to come up
you
with
gave me some
designs that I
thought.
thought would be fly.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
but let me tell you.
Got
Let me tell you. I got something in the work. Hold on. Let me show you. I'm going to show you this real fast. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up fast before it takes too long. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to share something. This is on the low, though. Nobody know about this, all right? So, let me see if this is it right here. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to show this to y'all right now. You see that?
Oh, I like that.
That's a UMC skateboard, yo.
Oh, that's hard.
That's a UMC deck. I designed this, and we're going to do a run of 50, you know, 50 of them. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Limited edition.
you know.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, limited
Let me
edition
ask you a
joint.
question. Will we ever see, because I don't know what the other brothers from the UMC, will we ever see a reunion with that? Or no, are you just, have you talked, would you ever think about doing another album as UMCs? Just a question.
You know, in maybe if you said this a few months back, I'd be like, yeah, no doubt, we trying to do that now, by the blind.
Okay.
You know, and then I think I want to go out as me.
I think it's growth. I just gotta ask because it is a brand.
You know what I mean? I think I want to go out as me because you know I think that you know. Well, one is that it's a little delicate because you know there's like let me be clear. That's my boy. Like Haas is my friend that I grew up with, and he will always be my friend that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Blase Blanc. You know, but there's a famous poem by Robert Frost called "The Road Not Taken," and it says something to the effect of two roads diverged on a yellow book, and be one traveler long I stood. And looked down one as long as I could to where it lay the undergrowth. And he goes on to say basically that it ends basically saying he says something along the way of, and sorry I could not take the other, which having fared had a. It basically saying there was two roads. One looked like mad people went on it, so he didn't want to get on that road. He chose the one that was less traveled by, but he was like, yo, he said I kept that road for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Like he would never, like yo, you know, once you start going in this, so you probably never gonna get a chance to come back to that split in the road.
I got it.
You know, and I think that maybe, you know, I'm 49 years old, and I may not be able to go back to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So listen,
and I feel like, to be honest with you, too, as an artist, I feel like that the stuff that I've done as an individual has been more personally gratifying, and people respected it more than I think they did as my UMC stuff. I think people love to see the UMCs, but I think as NY Oil, people respected what I was talking about.
And I think that you know, the substance in your music is a lot more powerful. I mean, listen, we can't front that. That's the groundwork that gets you to where you are. But the stuff that you're putting out now is a lot more stuff. It's tougher. So I respect it. You've developed your own identity away from that, and you built your own NYO brand away from that. So I totally can understand that. So we only got a couple more minutes left because you only got an hour on live IG. So with us talking about that, talk about the new music. You know what I mean? You got the new album, the demo music out now. I peeped it. I listened to some of the joints. All right. The production is dope. You're dropping a lot of Jews. My favorite one is "I Am Not My Mistakes," and I wanted to ask you, was that you singing on the hook?
Well, you know, that's the thing. Like, I can do more stuff now. Nehemiah, I see you. Thank you. I'll do your van. Anyway, again, not being with UMCs and just doing Kool Kim, doing me, like, and that's what this Kool Kim project is about. Because NYO came with too many obligations too. Like, I couldn't just have fun. Everything had to always be, yo, y'all should all get lynched. You know, yo, this is NYO, and I approve this message. Like, it was.
That was dope.
Yeah, it was, man. And it was dope to be a superhero. You understand?
Yeah,
Because NY Oil is like a hero, okay? Like he like a superhero, son. Like, and I don't. It's not me coming up with that. Is that over the years, cats like, yo, son, you don't understand, son. That shit was like a superhero, God, like he was coming through. And then but you gotta understand that I'm also Clark Kent, son. Like, and I be want, you know what I mean? I'm trying to bun up with Lois Lane sometimes. I want to go hang out with Bruce Wayne at the back cave and roll something. You know, I want to do those things too. But if I'm NY Oil, then I gotta always be. And
listen, there's different. You got different elements and different. You want to diversify your portfolio. I get it.
Yeah, man. So now I'm doing this Kool Kim project. You know, demo music, which is out now on all streaming platforms. You can go to KoolKimUMC.com. You can listen to the album for yourself to see if you think it's worthy of downloading. If you like it, please do, man. I appreciate y'all support. But yo, demo music is some tough shit. It's demo music.
I didn't mean to cut you, but then let them know that they can cop the merch there too. So the boom bap.
Yeah, all my merch, my music, and anything else, get at me on KoolKimUMC.com. I'll type it in or something like that so that y'all can pin it.
Tell us what you were trying to do with the album. Give your
Yo, I was just trying to have fun again, man. I wanted to, like, yo, I'm an MC. You dig? And I wanted to have fun with it. Like, it's like, yo, with the UMCs, I never could really rhyme like I rhyme. Yeah. You understand? Even though I was slipping in what I was trying to say on the low, but the way I really wanted to rhyme, I was more close. I'm more of like, you know, I'm more aggressive. I want to get it in. Like, I want to talk that shit. But I couldn't do it with the UMCs. And then when you try to do some shit like that, they be like, oh, you trying to... No, I'm not trying to nothing. This is who I am. Yeah. But this is how you kept
in a box because...
Yeah, man, I hate that shit. And then that was the same with NY Oil. So I was like, yo, I was about to really just quit this shit. And then I was like, nah, I wanna do me. Like, I wanna have fun. And my daughter was like, yo, just have fun. Don't worry about this. You good. You built it. You know, you put together a life where you could do that. You could just go into your studio all day and do your shit and not worry about it because you built a life that allows you to do it. And I was like, word, man. Yeah. And I said, you know what? I adjusted my thinking to say, fuck the fame. Like, I'm 49 years old. The fame boat might have already sailed. Like, I did my thing. I was #1. I had #1 records. I had 2 careers. So I ain't got to really worry about being the biggest star. What I got to worry about right now is just fucking with people that dig my shit. Like, you know, you like my stuff.
When you
like
listen,
that's it.
The purity in the music, when you're yourself, people gravitate to you when you're yourself. Listen, we got 2. They just let me know we got 2 minutes remaining. So tell the people where they can get, where we can get. It says we got 1.50. So tell the people where they can get it. You know what I mean? And we're gonna
come see me
in a couple weeks. We'll do another live. But for now, I want to make sure.
Yeah, without question. So just check me out on KoolKimUMC.com. It's in the comments. I posted again, and you know, you could catch me there, of course. Hit me up at on Instagram because I do all my morning motivations on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook, Kool Kim, aka NY Oil. So, but every day, morning motivations, Monday through Friday. I always do one. I actually do them that morning, so I'll be up like 4 in the morning, getting it started. So definitely check it out, man. You know what I mean? And hopefully it's a good vibe. And but check for me on Instagram and on KoolKimUMC.com. And and catch the wave, son. Like, it's just we got like 1 second. I'm gonna let us go out with this part. I'm doing a new song with Aguilar and Akil, and this is the verse. Check it out.
I got an Aguilar interview I just put up. I'm gonna reach out to him too. Look in the feed. I just put one up with him.
Yeah, it's a synchronicity. Check it out. Hold on a second, I had it on mute. That beat hard though, right?
Nah, I heard it, yeah. Aguilar got
Now when the MCs came, Kool Kim's the name. I changed every frame in the game and shit ain't the same. I always keep the rifle on range, my aim is insane. I had to keep the mic in the cage so my brain can maintain. You shout shit, so you niggas the ain't proper. The punk rocker, the heavy metal's a punk rocker. The arm doctor, I'm so stupid, shot